what do you want to do then? Do you want to just continue and see what happens?
Uh,
Why do you have a Monet sticker on you?
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, but that's from yesterday. Does that mean you haven't changed your shirt? Too much
it was
detail.
fun exhibition there.
It was. It was
the,
opening day. It was crazy busy. You know,
I know.
Monet's still a rock star.
I know.
And it was interesting seeing his late stuff because I've seen a lot of his pastel-y, pretty stuff, but the later stuff was actually really, you could see how the abstract expressionists were influenced.
Yeah, and when you look at his body of work, even when he was in his 80s, I think, right?
Yeah, 70s, 80s.
In the early 1900s.
Yeah, he was still going.
Yeah, and that's incredible. I mean, the size of those canvases he was working on, it's pretty
Although
mind-blowing.
Monet was taller than I am, so when I work on an 8-foot canvas, it's still a little more. You know.
Oh, you're.
I mean, he's a little older than
You're
me.
comparing yourself to Monet now.
Okay, so what are we doing today? Are we actually going to give people some commentary on 3 days in Sonoma?
I guess so.
Okay.
Or you can try and figure it out.
Well, Sonoma's always been a great place. We like to escape to it. Great wine.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and
Get out of here.
kind of nice to get away from it all. So
A lot of people think about Napa when they think about wine, but Sonoma's right on the coast. It's really gorgeous. And, well, we've been there many times. And, of course, every time I go, I bring a camera.
yeah, and I was thinking, what are you doing with all this footage over all these years?
We didn't know, actually. And so this,
You didn't have a grand master plan?
Eventually. Does that count?
Oh, look, I'm wearing the same orange jacket as a feature here. It's famous.
It's famous? I don't know about
The
that.
orange jacket.
Love doing things we've never done before, which is we took actual interview footage at the beginning there, and we took some narrative stuff that we made up, and we mixed it together.
And this scene was interesting because it was during when you were really watching Twin Peaks, the latest edition, and there was a whole thing around coffee. So you made me do this whole coffee scene. Right? I guess it could be tea, it could be vodka in there, but it was coffee.
We added a very subtle digital effect of steam because I wanted to make it look like it was scathing hot, but you chugged it still. But that was all digitally done.
I don't know how many people caught that, but anyways, that's a little
that's why
insider.
I feel like I've got to mention it.
So here's a plug for Airbnb. Did they pay us for that ad?
No, it's funny, and I think you were actually booking the real Airbnb here, where a lot of this shots you'll eventually see were shot at this beautiful place.
You know what, this shot turned out better than I thought because you told me, okay, walk down the hall.
Hey, Loni, where
and
are you
I'm
going?
thinking this is going to be really, not great looking. But you did a good tracking shot, and all you did was follow me. I guess you've had a lot of practice.
Well,
Following me
I don't know if
around.
that's the greatest shot ever, but that's just a handheld shot there. But yeah, it's, sometimes I don't like when every single shot in a music video or a short film or something is the same, like on tripod, or it's handheld, or it's a gimbal, or it's a drone.
Did Jean-Charles Boisset agree to be in this film?
I don't know if we should get into that.
Place is dangerous. Every time I come here, it's like their raisin bread is like the size of 2 heads. And you get it, and there's only 2 of us.
Oh my God, that's a great place, right? That bakery. If you're in that area, you have to go there.
And we don't go there often enough, so when I do,
Splurge.
I splurge. Like I buy like 5 loaves, and between you and I don't know how we finish it.
Your friends are waiting for you.
They're the luckiest stuffed toys, by the way.
I'm cranking the zoom ingenue zoom lens here. That's right. I remember this.
God, you had that. I know. I
so-
loved how you convinced me you just had to get that
This
ingenue lens.
vintage lens on eBay, but I went through this Brian De Palma mode. He would zoom a lot. Or not Brian De Palma, slow motion, zooming. There.
Are you getting all your director inspirations wrong?
Probably.
We meet again. This is like an over dramatized sort of way that I feel when I'm approaching a blank canvas. But there's some truth to this, you know, like when you have a blank canvas and you like thinking, okay, you gotta stare it down.
And of course, my equivalent would be the empty timeline on a video editing. It's daunting when you bring all the footage in sometimes, and like you were telling me about your painting the other day, sometimes it can look really ugly or it doesn't look anything like you were hoping for until the 11th hour.
And there's half of your brain that goes, oh my gosh, it's going to turn out really ugly. But the other part of you says, keep going, keep going, keep going. And some of it's just like pushing it through the ugly phase. Maybe I just need to get out for some fresh air. You know what? I look at some of these hats and I feel like I should have gotten one of those instead of the one I got. The one I got was kind of boring.
This looks like, what's that show? Downton Abbey?
Yep, that's it.
It could have been a little more modern, maybe.
I could have gotten one of those big fur hats. Osmosis is a great place too. They have this hot cedar bath, and not only is it really cool, but you get this hot enzyme cedar bath. Supposedly it's the only one in North America or something like that. And then when you get a massage, it's just heavenly. All right, let's get to it. When in wine country. This is owned by actually the family. They had a picture of the family members.
Yeah, that's right. And this is the great thing about Sonoma and Napa too. And of course, a lot of wine areas we have in California is you can just find these wonderful wineries and stories.
And for a little while, we were the only ones there. So it was a great conversation we were having. And I also like it when you go to a place and they do a little food wine pairing, just a little tapa kind of thing.
Yes, right.
Really fun.
Just enough. And then so you can go to the next one.
So what were these shot with?
This might have been shot even with the Android phone. I don't know. Oh, because we shot 3 days in Sonoma, which you're watching here, over 5 years. This is 5 years of footage, and I used 9 different cameras.
Wow. So
it's I've lost track, but that one might have been just an Android phone.
That must have been hard to grade it all and kind of piece it all together.
You try to match it. This for sure, I know it's black magic, this stuff, which is a really pretty look.
Just when things are strange, they get stranger. So everything's pretty normal up until this point, which is kind of unusual. Now it's getting a little stranger. Is this sort of... Is that my iris?
Well, it's... there you go. Now you're going to see something.
Jean-Charles Boisset. The one, the only. That was fun.
You will discover...
This guy's camera ready?
Yeah. I am so glad I wore black for that now that I look back at it, because any other color would have clashed with his red blazer.
So by the 18th century, which is really when Burgundy started to be very well known in 1750, 1760, we wanted to bring the parallel of Sonoma and Burgundy together and bring the best era of France, the era of the Enlightenment.
For some reason, I thought it'd be cool to stand like a mannequin and kind of have you pan over. And it turned out really well, I thought. Anyways.
Where you tried to act... Ashley, wasn't there a meme or a viral thing about that where you act like a statue?
Yeah, actually.
And you did this before that, of course. Many years you were innovating.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, now that I think about this, was done before them.
Right.
I'm such a trendsetter.
That became a whole thing.
Later, we head over to Napa for a barrel room party.
This is Napa Gras.
So are you sure this all happened in 3 days? Because it looks like we pretty...
No, it's like I said, it's 5 years actually. But yeah,
it's figuratively 3 days.
And this part is where we start to get a little bit into this idea of the unreliable narrator. And one of my favorite concepts in film is the idea that is the person who's telling you the story, the point of view.
In touch with reality.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's actually, I think the idea of an unreliable narrator is really timely right now because things are so gray out there. And, you know,
Yes.
there's different points of views and people have varying different points of views. And I think that's come out a lot more with social media because people
That's
share more openly their views. And then you don't know what's what, right?
And so you, for example, my favorite recent example in modern times of filmmaking, I'll throw one out there, is Black Swan by Darren Aronofsky from 2010, one of my favorite films. And it's this idea, for example, you're seeing this thing happen, but is it... is
Like
that
our stuffed toys
real?
really climbing up the stairs.
Right. And are they really stuffed animals?
But that was sort of interesting because you told me to lie in the bed and then you wanted me to have sweaty like face. So you sprayed me with water and then you stood over me. And I was at that moment thinking, what has my life, you know,
I wonder
spiraled
sometimes
down
what
to?
you're thinking when I'm doing these things with the video and you're like, how did I end up here?
And this is one of your slow, drawn out scenes.
It's another thing I like this that I'm not good at, slow cinema, where it's like calm down on the editing and the sound a little bit and let it play out, let the viewer explore the frame.
I think it was an interesting choice that you sort of framed up with the kitchen because normally a kitchen's really busy, bustling. You know,
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
This was a little cute thing.
Where are we going to day 2 here?
That was also something that worked out better than I thought. That was your vision to get me to do that.
I like incorporating your artwork in your paintings when I can.
Well, that wasn't really artwork. That was...
No, I know. You know what I mean. And then, of course, here you go.
We love our Vitamix.
The famous Loni smoothie.
Yeah, we brought that with us. Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
That I know for sure is an Android phone. That one there.
Really?
It's almost like the best camera is, like they say, is the camera in your hand. Capture the moment. Hang on, I have to turn the heat off here for a second. Alexa, set the heat to 67. Did it work?
I don't know.
It's not responding.
Wait, it's asking
Can't-
what device.
Cancel. Hey Google, set the heat to 67.
You got it. Setting the thermostat to 67 degrees.
Well, I think we just got
It's
a
kind
winner
of like you
there on
have
that
two
one.
home assistants, huh? Competing for a job here. Thankfully, the rain finally lets up.
Yes, it takes so long. No since you've been gone, I just can't go on.
This is almost like that thing that's going around social media right now where you post a picture of you from 10 years ago and you post a picture of you now. This is like strung together of 5 years. So it's not 10 years, but you see different ages of me.
I
in
guess
this.
you have different hairstyles, or it's not that different, really.
No, I've
You're
kind of kept it the
Kind of
same.
hard to tell, maybe, unless you're paying really close attention. There's so many neat little wineries. Look at that. That's the hummingbird and a
Motion, yeah. This was really fun. Yeah, he's a school teacher, right?
former school teacher from,
Former.
I think, San Jose.
They're really happy. You can
And
look
isn't
at
that
them
neat?
and they
Look at
produce
that. He's
filler
running a
wine.
winery now.
Yeah. A dessert
And
zen,
he's so knowledgeable.
that wine is
It's just
dessert
wonderful
brownie.
to learn stuff about winemaking.
Motion. His life is now filled with delicious Pinot Noir.
Oh, that
I like how
Starfield
you
thing.
do the,
I think I overuse that now, don't
mixes.
I? I use that a lot.
We have your things.
Yeah, we have our things.
Well, it's a kind of crutch for transitions, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, thank you. It's a crutch. Probably.
Hey!
Oh, okay. I might have to leave the room at this point.
Hey, Loni, it's great. I read these books.
Is this your debut?
Wig, and I got a storyboard.
Questionable.
It's funny because you like saying questionable.
I actually now realize I stopped saying it. It was kind of like a phase. I haven't said
you
it
went,
recently.
you went through the questionable phase where
Yes.
anything I would say, like, how about
Yeah.
we do this? You're like, questionable.
Is this where it jumps a shark?
Oh, it might have happened a while ago.
That's a little crazy, just all the different variations. Every time you do one of these montages, I think of, like, I remember again all the things you put me through.
Well, you're a good sport because I realize putting on that makeup is not easy work.
Yeah. Although lately I have been going no makeup for a lot of the scenes.
And now that we switched to 4K, you decide not to put makeup on.
Well,
You have to
it's-
almost diffuse it. It's so sharp.
I think there's a certain authenticity when you don't have makeup on. You did these shots in the dark. Did you have to use a different lens or did you have to use a different approach?
No, I just ran with whatever I had and no lighting. And sometimes you want it to be darker to be a little dramatic.
You like close-up of eyes, I noticed. This place needs no help being dramatic. I mean,
Well,
those big
this is
redwoods.
the Airbnb place we were talking about.
Need to do.
And it just provides a spectacular location. Just throw a couple lights in there. Red and purple, I like.
I thought it would be easy.
And now
Forgives.
you're reconfronting the canvas.
The artist, never. Talk about some amazing lines. Although it is funny, they're memorable. You know, like we
maybe.
had someone who laughed at this part, but then remembered these lines. You know, so.
For better or worse.
Okay,
Yeah.
that looks a little like something I wasn't meant to.
I just asked you to randomly paint something. That's what you painted on that one. And then you seemed to like wearing blue wigs recently. So
Oh
that-
yeah, it totally seemed like it. Maybe the prop department was like, put on this blue wig.
Be careful how much you put in. You might make it too young.
Where are these clips from? Why did you choose
That's
them?
Laurel and Hardy. I chose them because I found they were interesting.
So what were you trying to capture in this 3 days in Sonoma? I think it's some of the mood, but maybe I don't know, something more fantastical in some ways, right?
It's, partly life is an adventure, and you don't know what's going to happen next, hopefully. It's fun. There's a lot of interesting people out there.
Decided to throw a random intermission there.
I love the idea of intermissions when you're watching some of those older films like Ben-Hur, and I think Lawrence of Arabia,
Yeah, you really
Spartacus.
like the bokeh, don't you? You're using a lot here.
Oh, bokeh, man. Bokeh is... Do you hear
Okay.
this?
No, let's stay focused.
And look at that beautiful...
This was just kind of, I guess.
Check that out.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to do the commentary by myself, so. Clint? All right. Maybe creativity does love company. completed my final Sonoma painting. To celebrate, I convinced Clint to do something I really enjoy. You know, maybe having a guy follow you around with a camera all the time isn't such a bad thing. Hey, wait a sec. Who wrote this line for me?
I don't know about this ending.